Y'all, I'm meeting my breaking point with some of these goats, man. And that's saying a whole freaking lot for me, because I would do anything for my goats. So I've really enjoyed having goats over the years, and there's a lot of reasons to have goats. There's a lot of benefits, but there's some downfalls, because goats don't respect boundaries. No, 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 no. Get away from the fence. Get away. You all are so naughty. You're so naughty. Teaching Mighty Mouse bad habits. There they go. Look at them trying to go through. Trying to find their way through. Ugh. When it comes to fixing these fences, because we share this fence with the farmer next door. Well, not really a farmer. There used to be cows over here, but there haven't been cows over here for a few years. So this is really, really old fence, just like I showed you guys in one of the last episodes. But I've got a doe, and I'm guessing maybe she jumps through someplace, but it's really dangerous for them to be jumping over this fence because there's so much barbed wire. It's all over the place. Like, really, it's a hazard for these goats. So this kind of falls on me for not doing right by them in the first place. So I guess I get to do fencing, but I've got a couple goats that are on the go away list because they're the rogue animals. I'm tired of trying to keep them in this fence. I have 25 other animals that are just fine in here, and they don't test the fence, and they're better, and they're just as good, if not better, genetically and production wise than some of the goats on the other side. Goats are herd animals, and they learn quickly, and they like to all be naughty at one time. So because I've got a few that are over here that are not respecting boundaries, they will eventually teach the rest of these goats how to get out. And again, it's just, we battle this every season. Number one, the goats are going into heat, so they want to get out and get to the boys. But number two is all of the grass behind me, all of the browse is dying off, and then they've got just all this lush honeysuckle and briar and just all kinds of different wild browse that they can get to. I can handle the young ones getting out because eventually they'll be too big. They won't be able to figure out how to get out. They'll be too big. They won't be able to squeeze through. It'll get to the point where they're too uncomfortable trying to get through this fence. There's one goat over here that she wasn't on my to-go list, but she's really, really pushing it. And that is Miss Rapunzel. Rapunzel is a sweet girl. She's taught her daughter bad habits. I really like Rapunzel, the way that she milks for production, but this is where I have big problems with Rapunzel. Mighty Mouse wasn't getting out last week. Molly wasn't getting out last week, but Rapunzel has been getting out for about a week and a half, almost two. And you guys can tell, like, I get it. My fence is Jimmy rigged all the way down because we shared this fence. So we put all of our time and our effort and money into the new fencing along these parameters where there was no fence. And we've been kind of sharing and borrowing this fence from our neighbor. But it's become very apparent this is not going to work. I'm going to have to break down and I'm going to have to do something about it because when we go out of town, we have farm sitters. And luckily my farm sitter is my mother. And there are a lot of people nearby that I can count on to come to my farm. If for some reason an emergency arises while I'm gone, they know the routines, they know what to do. But for some, it scares them to death that these guys are on the other side of the fence, and I don't blame them because we have lots of coyotes in our area. We have neighboring dogs that might come on a little excursion and think it's really fun to chase down and maul one of my baby goats, and I couldn't hold them at fault because they're on the other side of the fence. It's different when they're on the inside of my fence, then by laws of Indiana, I can protect my livestock. But when they're on that side of the fence, I can't do anything about it. They're a liability. They're in danger. So I guess tomorrow I get to do some fencing when we have other projects that need done. But you know, it's bad and frustrating on the farm when it's not even 9 o'clock in the morning and you're already asking for forgiveness for the things you said to and about your goats. And here's what I'm talking about teaching bad habits. Look, Tiger never gets out. Tiger's looking through. Opal never got out until yesterday. She's been looking through, trying to find a way to go through. So I don't know. Opal, be a good girl. You're on the keeper list. Stay there. And I know that this fencing is almost where it needs to be, even through all of the Jimmy rigging and everything. because a lot of these girls can get out, but they can't get back in. Like, they cannot figure out where they got out, because probably where they're getting out is so uncomfortable to go out. It's probably even more uncomfortable to come back in. Guys, goodness. Throwing fits this morning. They're like me. They're feeding off my energy. I'm throwing a fit. So I guess tomorrow I'm going to have to figure out something to do with this fence, because I can't have my lovely little Mighty Mouse out on that other side of the fence and just being, you know, coyote fodder. See, she's trying to figure out a way to get back in because she's too big. Rapunzel, I'm upset with you. Then we've got the Thirsty Girl Club down here. Dilly's down here being thirsty. Sky's thirsty. Then you got Belle down here. Who's behind me? Of course it's Mo. Of course it's Sweet Mo. Hello, Sweet Mo. Hello. You're so good. Don't ever do what they do. I don't want to have to shame Mo. Mo's quickly become one of my favorites in our herd. She's just so stinking sweet. She goes on walks with me. She comes out of the pen with me, does my chores, stays right next to me. Mo's just one of my favorite girls right now. You're one of my favorite girls. So my biggest thing that I would say to anybody out there that's thinking about goats, goats are great. Goats are multi-purpose. Goats have personality. I love my goats. But your fencing is an issue. Unless you're way out in the middle of nowhere and you can free range your goats, in which case, I mean, I guess you're just not going to have a garden. Unless you fence the garden off really well where they can't get in. But for us here, there's a road past these trees. There's a big highway that way. There's farmers' fields out here. There's predators. There are just too many outside factors that can actually cause our homestead harm, because if our goats get out into the road and somebody hits them and it causes an accident or damage to their car, I'm liable for that. I have to keep them in. And sometimes fencing is an issue with goats. You got to hold water to hold goats. And they found some of the leaky parts on that one side of the fence. So I guess I know what I get to do on Saturday, y'all. Taking a calculated risk leaving this. Oh no, I'm not. Ah! Trying to leave this wide open so I can get these dumb girls back in here. Maybe. Yeah, see, you already got someone taking advantage, so hurry up and get these girls. Go on. Go on, Rapunzel. Go on, Rapunzel. Go on. Go. Go, 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 go. Don't go that way, baby. Rapunzel. This is all your fault. Sky. She's in heat. Ah, no. Sky. Huss. You're a hussy. Okay. No. Whoa. I'm about to have a huge breakout. Go on there. Go on. Go. 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 Not this way. I hate goats. I hate goats. Go. 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 Follow the fence. Follow the fence. Follow the fence. Come on, keep going. Follow the fence. I get totally what Joel Salatin is talking about when he's talking about the rogue animal. It, for lack of a better word, like, it just really ticks me off. Like, it infuriates me because I'm like, got all this, you still want to get out? So a short-term fix this evening, barring that they haven't gotten out again by the time it's time for it to be evening, because we've got places to be tonight, so I can do a check and rustle everybody up before we go. But this is just, it's exhausting me. it is exhausting me. So tomorrow I'm gonna have to break down and do fencing when we have other projects and things that have to be done. But the quick fix to this, I'm gonna catch all these doelings that are doing this, and I'm stalling them tonight, and they are officially stalled until I got my fencing under control or until some of them are sold, because probably actually all 3 that were out might be sold, because I cannot keep running after them. They're not friendly. They don't want to be worked with. So therefore, there's just really not a place on my farm for them. And that breaks my heart, because I like them. Like, even though they're hard to mess with and they infuriate me sometimes, I just don't have the time or the energy to put into running them down every day and to take away from everything else on the farm just because I've got a handful of troublemakers that won't respect a fence. So I think it's time for me to probably post them for a new home. And these girls will make fantastic milkers. And a lot of times, sometimes they'll go off from your homestead, your farm, your breeding program, and they'll go to somebody else's, and they'll be the sweetest goat. They'll be handleable, because that person, that's a new animal. They're being taken out of their comfort zone. So they're immediately trying to bond to somebody or something. What's going on there, Lola? Feeling your oats, lady? It's already working for you, huh? Getting friendly. Not so much for your compadre back there. Good, Sassy. What a sweetie. What about you, Bass? You want me to touch you? No, maybe not. What about Bonnie? Bonnie? What about Bonnie? And you got Skids and Tulip. You want absolutely nothing to do with me. Absolutely nothing. So since we were gone on our trip, these little ladies were my Mean Girls Club. You've got Tulip, Skedaddle, Sassy, Bonnie, and Bess. These girls were the ones who were getting out every single day, and my mom was scared that something bad would happen to them. So while we were gone in Tennessee, I decided to separate them here in an easy stall where they can't get out of, and where that can make my mom feel safe to actually be our farm sitter and to take care of these sweet little faces. And it was already my idea to separate them anyways, because we're getting ready to go into breeding season, and these girls cannot be in where a buck could possibly be, because they're just a little bit too small to be bred still, and I don't want them to have an accidental pregnancy that could be harmful for them, that I'd have to give them a shot of luteal ice and help them to absorb a pregnancy that would potentially hurt them if they carried it to term. But the good thing is that now some of them are starting to get social, like Miss Sassy. Sassy's getting social. Bonnie's not too far from getting social. Neither is Bess, but these two. Skids and Tulip. So it's nice to see that our plan is already kind of working in the way that I thought it would, because rarely do plans on a farm work the way that they should. Animals are living beings. They have their own personalities, their own temperaments. They react to things differently than we think they should. So they're doing pretty much what I thought they would do, which is very surprising for goats, because goats are super stubborn, and you guys know they've got personalities that are just crazy. But I'm really glad to see that this little girl, Miss Sassy, is starting to be really, really social, and she likes her pettins.